So the first step you could take is adopt a simple motto, and that will be help this person. Whenever somebody approaches you for help in the professional realm, help them. That's really it. I wrote an article for recruiters um, talking about the principle of Desert Pete, right? You have to prime, I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Desert Pete, it's an old song, but basically a man comes along in the desert and he finds a pump with a bottle of water and a note. And in the middle of the desert, bottle of water pump, your first instinct would be to drink the bottle of water. But the note says, look, this well is good. It's worked for hundreds of years. You just need to prime the pump before you get anything out of it. And trust me, I know you're thirsty, but the right thing to do is use this water to prime the pump, and then you can take all the water you want and just refill the water when you're done for the next person. That's the principle of networking. The way to network is to do something for somebody who can't help you out right now. As a recruiter, what I tell other recruiters to do is when I have somebody that I'm helping find a job, they interview for my job, just doesn't work out, I refer them to my other contacts in recruiting who recruit people with their skill set. And that helps me build a network with my recruiting partners, right, my friends in this industry, as well as my candidate. And so if I ever need anything, I now have somebody to go back to and ask for help, right? So as a recruiter, that's a good way to do it. In your professional life, though, it's really about you have a skill and you have something that the ability to do something that other people might find useful in small doses, right? You don't want to give away like hours and hours of your time, but if it takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes to help somebody, do that. And then connect with them and stay connected with them. And then when you're looking for a job, they're going to be somewhere else. If they're where you want to be, it's totally fair to say, reach back out. You have somebody now that you can reach back out to and say, hey, I'm looking to change my situation here. We met a while ago, and they're going to remember that you helped them, and they absolutely would be happy to refer you. The other way to proactively build your network is to seek out experts in your field, and don't approach them about jobs, and don't even come with the intent of looking for a job. Come looking for knowledge. So many people in the professional world are really flattered to be approached by somebody who's read an article of theirs, or somebody who has done some research and saw their presentation or something like that. Develop a relationship, ask for information, say, I wanted to follow up. Are there any pointers that you would have for somebody who wants to get to where you are in your career? This is what I do for a living. Here's where I'm at in my career. I want to get to where you are. What advice would you have for me? And then you're asking for advice. And people are a lot more likely to help you there. But there's two things with that. One, generally speaking, it's going to be good advice because that is somebody who is an industry expert and a leader. And another thing is you've just made another real connection with somebody who knows now that you're not just interested in talking to them because what they could potentially do for them. You're talking to them because you're actually interested in what they have to say, and you're passionate about what you do, and that resonates with people. And so it takes time to build a real network. But that is extremely valuable to you as your career progresses. Because, one of the questions I get asked is, how's my resume? What can I do to an online application to increase my chances of, my resume being seen? And the answer is really not a whole lot, honestly, beyond making sure that it's presentable and there aren't any obvious typos on your resume. There's not a lot you're going to be able to do when you apply online with your resume, because it's just going to get parsed. It's just going to be information into a system that recruiters are going to review, and they're going to scan for keywords. So beyond the very basics of putting what you do and the description of your job, that system is basically just first in, first out most of the time for most recruiters. So whoever applied to a job last is going to show up at the top of their pile when they log into their system to see who's applied. generally speaking, there's no sorting system in the applications that we receive as recruiters. So it's really hard to give people advice as to like how you should tweak your resume or whatever to get more attention. You know, if you're applying to a job that had 50 people apply to it, you may be a great fit for it. But through that channel, you know, if that recruiter has one job that has 50 people applying to it, most recruiters are working 15 to 20 jobs on average. You start to see the problem, right? They're just not humanly able to review that many resumes on that many jobs. So it may be that you had a perfect resume and nobody looked at it because they just couldn't deal with the volume. So the best way to tip the odds in your favor are to get referred. And the best way to get referred is to build a network.